Imagine walking into your regular gym on a seemingly ordinary day. The familiar hum of treadmills, the rhythmic clanking of weights, the unmistakable scent of determination filling the air. You're there to push yourself, to break a sweat, to better yourself. But today the universe has a twist in store. Amidst the sea of regular gym-goers, there's a new face. A face that's seen countless battles, endured numerous blows, and emerged victorious more times than not. It was just another day until I saw him, an ex-MMA fighter. There he was, an ex-MMA fighter standing in the middle of the gym. This wasn't your average Joe. You could tell he was a seasoned veteran from the way he moved, each gesture a calculated blend of power and precision. He was showing off his moves, an impressive display of kicks and punches that were enough to make even the strongest among us wince. This wasn't just a demonstration though. No, this was an open challenge. He turned to the crowd, a look of steely determination in his eyes, and threw down the gauntlet. "Who's brave enough to step up?" he asked, his voice echoing around the room. The gym fell silent. You could hear a pin drop. One by one, each person averted their gaze, unwilling or unable to accept the challenge. But something inside me stirred, a spark of courage or perhaps foolishness ignited. Before I knew it, I found myself accepting his challenge. And just like that, I was in the ring, training for the fight. I could hear the echoes of my own heartbeat as I stepped into the gym for the first time. The scent of sweat and determination filled the air, a tangible reminder of the intensity that awaited me. But there was no turning back now. The challenge was on, and I was on a mission. A mission to prepare myself, both physically and mentally, for the fight against an ex-MMA fighter. The training was far from easy. It was a grueling process that tested my limits every single day. The physical strain was evident. My muscles screamed in protest as they were pushed to their boundaries. My lungs gasped for air as I completed round after round in the ring. But it was the mental battle that was the most challenging. The doubt, the fear, the uncertainty. They were constant companions whispering in my ear, trying to shake my resolve. Every punch I threw, every kick I landed, they weren't just against a punching bag or a sparring partner. They were against my own insecurities, my own fears. With every bead of sweat that dripped off my forehead, I was shedding my doubts, inching closer to a version of myself who was ready to face any challenge head-on. And then there were the lessons in resilience, in discipline, in perseverance. Lessons that were etched into my mind with each passing day. Training for a fight wasn't just about building physical strength, it was about building mental fortitude. It was about learning to get back up, no matter how many times I was knocked down. Because at the end of the day, a fight is won not by the strongest, but by the one who refuses to stay down. As the days turned into weeks, I could feel a change, a transformation not just in my physical prowess, but in my mental state. The fear and uncertainty had been replaced with confidence and determination. I was stronger, tougher, more resilient than I had ever been. Despite the grueling training, I felt ready. The day of the fight arrived faster than I anticipated. Before I knew it, I was standing in the center of the ring, my heart pounding like a drum echoing through the Grand Canyon. The deafening cheers of the crowd were white noise to my ears. All I could hear was the adrenaline coursing through my veins. Across the ring, my opponent stood, calm and collected, showing no signs of nerves. He was an ex-MMA fighter, a gladiator of the modern arena, and I was the fresh meat. As the bell rang, time felt as if it was moving in slow motion. I stepped forward, fists clenched, ready to face the storm. He moved like a shadow, swift and silent, his eyes never leaving mine. The first punch came out of nowhere, a lightning bolt from the clear blue sky. I ducked, barely feeling the wind rush past my ear. A small victory, but a victory nonetheless. Next came a flurry of punches, each one thrown with surgical precision. I parried and blocked as best as I could, but each hit felt like a sledgehammer against my guard. The ex-MMA fighter was relentless, his experience apparent in every strike. It was like dancing with a tornado, every move unpredictable and filled with raw power. I managed to land a few punches of my own, each one a triumph against the odds. But as the fight wore on, I could feel my strength waning. My arms began to feel heavy, my legs shaky. I was running on fumes, but I willed myself to keep going. I wasn't going down without a fight. The final knockout punch came like a freight train. I saw it coming, but my body was too slow to react. It was a straight punch, aimed right at my jaw. The world spun as I felt myself falling, the floor of the ring rushing up to meet me. And just like that, I was on the floor, beaten, but not broken. The fight was over, but the journey was just beginning. As the dust settled, I was left with more than just physical injuries. Sure, there were the black eyes, the bruised ribs, the aching muscles that screamed in protest every time I moved. But those were just the visible signs of the battle. The real damage was deeper, hidden beneath the surface. My ego was bruised, battered, and left in tatters. I had stepped into the ring confident, maybe even a little arrogant. I thought I was prepared, but I was wrong. The fight had not only been a physical beating, but a humbling blow to my pride. Yet amid the pain and the humiliation, there was a silver lining. The fight had also been a teacher, a harsh one, but a teacher nonetheless. It taught me the value of humility, the importance of preparation, and the undeniable truth that there will always be someone stronger, faster, better. It taught me that true strength isn't just about physical prowess, but mental resilience. It pushed me to my limits, showed me my weaknesses, and challenged me to rise above them. It made me question my abilities, my choices, and my determination. It forced me to look in the mirror and confront the person staring back at me. It was a painful experience, but one that taught me more about myself than any other. Sometimes life throws punches that you can't dodge. In our journey, we've seen how an unexpected encounter turned into an unanticipated challenge. The training, the fight, the aftermath. Each phase a chapter of its own, each chapter brimming with lessons learned. This wasn't just about a physical encounter with an ex MMA fighter. It was about a mental battle, a test of self-determination. It was about pushing against the boundaries of what we believe we can do, about digging deep and finding that resilience within. The courage it took to step into the ring, to face an opponent who seemed unbeatable. That's a testament to the human spirit. There's a quiet strength in acknowledging your fear and then deciding to face it head on. But perhaps the most important lesson of all was humility. In the face of defeat, we learned that it's okay to lose, to fall, to get back up again. Because, in the end, it wasn't about winning or losing, it was about stepping into the ring.